Hi everyone. So I'm going to be talking about the influence of Buddhist philosophy on the development of zero. So, oops. My thesis is that the invention and development of the mathematical concept of zero in India was significantly influenced by Buddhist philosophical notions of emptiness, which I'll get into a little bit more. So why zero? The concept of zero is one of the most significant concepts in math, with far-reaching impacts on various fields from algebra to calculus to computer science. What many people may not know is that the concept of zero originated in ancient India and was greatly influenced by Buddhist philosophical thought. So to explore this, I'm going to be explaining the concept of sunyuta or emptiness, which is one of the central concepts in Buddhism, and refers to the fundamental nature of all phenomena as being empty of inherent existence or intrinsic essence. So this idea is closely related to the Buddhist doctrine of dependent origination, which holds that all things arise in dependence on other things and are therefore interconnected and interdependent. So, in Buddhist philosophy, the realization of inherent emptiness is seen as a means to liberation from the cycle of death and rebirth. I'm going to have this Lama here explain what the concept of emptiness is in more clear terms.
The word emptiness in Buddhism, emptiness number one is not equal to nothingness. It's like zero, mathematical zero. And interestingly, both these two concepts, the mathematical concept of zero and the philosophical concept of shunyata, I think both originated in India. So just like the mathematical concept of zero, zero seems to be having no value, but it is the foundation of mathematics. It's because there is a zero you can have 10, 20, 100 and so on. So similarly, emptiness is not equal to nothingness, but emptiness means empty of independent existence. Now to make it a little bit more clear, things exist. If things exist, there are only two ways of existence: dependent existence or independent existence. There is no third possibility. These two are mutually exclusive. So now things are dependent on causes, conditions and so forth. So therefore there is no independent existence. So that lack of independent existence is called emptiness. So therefore emptiness and dependent origination are two sides of the same coin. Because of dependent origination, there is no independent existence.
Okay, so now that we have a little bit of a better understanding
The word emptiness in Buddhism,
of this understanding of emptiness, I'm going to be talking about the development of zero in Indian mathematics. So the earliest known use of zero as a placeholder can be found in the Bakshali manuscript, a mathematical text dating back to the 3rd or 4th century CE. The use of zero in this manuscript allowed for a more efficient and sophisticated numerical system, laying the foundation for further mathematic advances in India and beyond. However, the development of zero was not merely a product of practical necessity. It was also deeply influenced by religious and spiritual thought, particularly Buddhist thought. Moving forward in time, we come to the work of Indian mathematician Brahmagupta, who lived and wrote in about the 7th century. In his influential text, Brahmagupta treats zero not merely as a placeholder, but rather as a means of a number in its own right, with its own mathematical properties and operations. He recognizes the existence of negative numbers and their relationship to zero, thereby laying the foundation for further developments of algebra in India. So when we examine the parallels between the mathematical treatment of zero in the Bakshali manuscript and Brahmagupta's work, in the Buddhist philosophical concept of Samyutta, a clear connection emerges. The use of zero as a placeholder in the Bakshali manuscript can be seen as a practical application of the idea of emptiness or absence, while Brahmagupta's more abstract treatment of zero reflects a deeper understanding of the nature of reality as interdependent and relative. It is important to note that these developments occurred during a significant period of Buddhist influence in India between the 3rd and 7th century CE. During this time, Buddhist monasteries and universities were major centers of learning, and scholarship during this time and mathematicians working on the concept of zero would have been exposed to Buddhist ideas and teachings. So they were all working together in the same space, sharing ideas, etc., etc. So in conclusion, the close parallels between the treatment of zero in Indian mathematical texts and the concept of emptiness within the Buddhist philosophical system, along with the historical and cultural context in which these developments occurred, strongly suggests that Buddhist thought played a significant role in shaping the conceptual framework within which zero was understood and developed. The history of zero in India is a testament to the deep connections between mathematics and philosophy and shows how abstract philosophical ideas can shape the development of concrete mathematical concepts. Thank you so much for your attention and watching my presentation. I hope this work has given you a new perspective on the fascinating history of zero and its ties to Buddhist philosophy.